Have you ever opened your phone just to check one thing, and suddenly an hour is gone, filled with short videos you barely even remember? You keep scrolling, clip after clip, each one giving you a quick hit of entertainment, but when you stop, it feels like nothing really stayed with you. And yet, the next time you pick up your phone, you do again. It almost feels automatic, like your brain is pulling you back without asking for permission. The question is, why does this happen so easily, and why is it so hard to stop? The answer starts with dopamine, the chemical in your brain associated with motivation, reward, and anticipation. Every time you watch a short video, your brain gets a small, fast reward. It's quick, effortless, and immediately satisfying. Unlike long-form content that requires attention and patience, short content delivers stimulation instantly. Your brain doesn't have to work for it. And because the reward comes so fast, your brain starts to crave that speed. It begins to prefer quick bursts of stimulation over anything that takes time to unfold. But it's not just about dopamine. It's about how unpredictable the reward is. When you scroll, you don't know what the next video will be. It could be funny, surprising, emotional, or completely boring. That unpredictability is exactly what makes it addictive. It's the same psychological principle used in slot machines. Your brain keeps scrolling because the next video might be even better than the last. And that maybe is enough to keep you hooked. Over time, this constant exposure starts to rewire your attention span. Your brain adapts to the pace of short content, expecting new stimulation every few seconds. So when you try to watch something longer, read a book, or focus on a task, it suddenly feels slow and difficult. It's not that you've lost your ability to focus. It's that your brain has been trained to expect constant novelty, and anything that doesn't match that speed starts to feel uncomfortable. Another reason your brain loves short content is because it reduces cognitive effort. Thinking deeply, analyzing information, and staying focused all require energy. Your brain is naturally wired to conserve that energy whenever possible. Short videos require almost no effort to consume. You don't have to remember context, follow a complex story, or stay engaged for long. You just watch, react, and move on. It's passive, easy, and mentally efficient, which makes it very appealing, especially when you're already tired. There's also an emotional component that makes short content even more powerful. These videos are designed to trigger quick emotional reactions, whether it's humor, shock, curiosity, or even outrage. And because the emotions come fast and frequently, your brain starts associating scrolling with emotional stimulation. It becomes a way to feel something instantly without having to invest time or energy. And once that association is formed, it becomes a habit that's hard to break. The problem is that while short content feels good in the moment, it often leaves you feeling empty afterward. That's because it doesn't provide depth or lasting satisfaction. It's like eating fast food for your mind. It fills the moment, but it doesn't nourish you. And the more you rely on it, the more your brain starts to crave quantity over quality, speed over depth, stimulation over meaning. Another subtle effect is how it changes your perception of time. When you consume short content, your brain processes each clip as a separate experience. But because they're so brief and repetitive, they don't form strong memories. That's why you can spend a long time scrolling and still feel like you didn't really do anything. Your brain didn't register it as meaningful time. It just passed. And the more this becomes your default behavior, the harder it becomes to engage with anything that requires sustained attention. Conversations feel less engaging. Work feels more draining. And even hobbies that once felt enjoyable start to feel like they require too much effort. Not because they changed, but because your brain did. So what can you do about it? The goal isn't to completely eliminate short content, because it's part of the world we live in. The real goal is to regain control over how you use it. Start by creating small interruptions in the habit. Instead of scrolling endlessly, pause and ask yourself if you actually want to keep going or if you're just acting automatically. That moment of awareness can break the loop. Another powerful shift is reintroducing slower forms of content into your routine. It might feel uncomfortable at first, even boring, but that's part of the reset process. Your brain needs time to adjust back to a slower pace. And the more you expose yourself to longer, deeper content, the more your attention span begins to recover. You can also set boundaries around when and how you consume short content. For example, avoiding it first thing in the morning or before bed can make a significant difference. Those are moments when your brain is more sensitive to stimulation, and what you consume then can shape your focus for the rest of the day. The truth is, your brain isn't broken. It's adapting exactly the way it was designed to. It responds to reward, novelty, and efficiency. Short content simply takes advantage of those systems in a very effective way. But once you understand how it works, you can start making more intentional choices instead of being pulled into the cycle without realizing it. If this video made you look at your scroll scrolling habits differently, take a moment to like it so more people can understand what's happening inside their minds. Subscribe to the channel for more insights about psychology, behavior, and how your brain works in the modern world. And in the comments, tell me this: how much time do you think you spend scrolling every day? Being aware of it might be the first step to changing it. I'll see you in the next video.